Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudire. Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. Bhagavate Ruttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtaki. Om Agnanatimirandasya Gnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रविष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमति भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादि पाश्चात्य देशधारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Bhagavatam Canto 5 Chapter 9 Verse 1-2 Srila Shukadeva Goswami continued. My dear king, after giving up the body of a deer, Bharat Maharaj took birth in a very pure Brahmana family. There was a Brahmana who belonged to the dynasty of Angira. He was fully qualified with Brahminical qualifications. He could control his mind and senses, and he had studied the Vedic literatures and other subsidiary literatures. He was expert in giving charity, and he was also satisfied, tolerant, mm, satisfied, tolerant, very gentle, learned, and non-envious. Okay, this is okay. We'll discuss this. He was self-realized and engaged in the devotional service of the Lord. He remained always in a trance. He had nine equally qualified sons by his first wife, and by his second wife he begot twins, a brother and a sister, of which the male child was said to be the topmost devotee and foremost of saintly kings, Bharat Maharaj. This then is the story of the birth he took after giving up the body of a deer. So Brahmana's qualities, um fully qualified with Brahminical qualifications. What are those qualifications? Shama, Dama, controlling mind, controlling senses. Then he had studied Vedic literatures and other subsidiary literatures. Pathan. He is expert in giving charity, dana. So look at this actually, this is important. Satisfied. He was satisfied. This is the key for actually one, two, three qualities. Only if one is satisfied in life, will they be tolerant with anything? Whatever situation comes, they'll tolerate. But the key is satisfaction. One is satisfied, then he will be tolerant. He'll be very gentle also. Because satisfied means he also knows his constitutional position, that he is literally nobody. So he's very gentle. And he'll also be non-envious. He's not going to be envious towards other jivas. But the key is satisfaction. So over the weekend we were discussing this 3.37 Bhagavad Gita. कामयेष क्रोधयेष रजोगुणसमुद्भवः मा शनो मा पाप्मा वित्तीयेन मे वैरिणम्. So Kama versus Prema. So this realization came to me by Guru and Krishna's mercy, that we are not satisfied because we are not actually properly feeding the soul. We are constantly trying to feed the body, satisfy the body. But since we are not the body, we are not satisfied by how much ever we try to fulfill the demands of the body, which is basically material desires. So by going behind material desires, we don't become satisfied because we are not the body. If we were the body, we should have been satisfied. But we are not satisfied because we are the Atma, but we are feeding the body. We are not feeding the Atma. So devotees also, if we properly feed the Atma, what does this properly feeding Atma mean? Bhagavatam answers. Savai pumsam paro dharmo yato bhaktir radhokshaje ahaituki apratihata yayatma suprasidati. This prasidati, suprasidati. Atma is satisfied. By what? Ahaituki apratihata bhakti. Now, till we achieve ahituki, without unmotivated, so basically unmotivated, uninterrupted devotional service. Till we come to the stage of unmotivated, uninterrupted devotional service, we will not be satisfied. Atma will not be satisfied. Of course, Atma may be slightly here and there satisfied when we engage in some activities of bhakti. But if we engage ourselves for say half an hour, okay, then we got half an hour, we are satisfied. But then after that, what happens? Again, we are back into material consciousness. So that is why this engagement in bhakti should be uninterrupted. And of course, it should not have material motivations because the material motivations result in material desires, and material desires are not going to satisfy us. So it has to be unmotivated and uninterrupted. So when the bhakti is unmotivated, uninterrupted, then Atma is satisfied. Then only these other qualities will develop. Tolerance, being gentle, non-envious. So satisfaction, because yeah, when we discuss about this, are devotees satisfied? No, devotees are also not satisfied. Why are devotees not satisfied? Anybody wants to answer? I just now gave the answer. Why are devotees also not satisfied in their life?
Unmotivated devotional service.
Not just unmotivated.
Uninterrupted.
Uninterrupted. Both are required. Unmotivated, even if it is unmotivated, but if you don't do uninterrupted service, still, because we have not reached a very exalted stage in devotion, like see, if we are doing bhakti for 2 hours, then during that time we might experience satisfaction. We might. I'm not saying we will. No. That is because the other 22 hours we are engaged in material consciousness. Now, because of that material consciousness, maybe even this 2 hours of spiritual consciousness is getting affected. So we are not feeling satisfaction. We will feel satisfaction only when we can do uninterrupted service. Uninterrupted means what? How will a person who is engaged in working do uninterrupted service? How? Somebody who is working.
By dedicating our actions towards Krishna, Prabhu.
Arey Baba, you are working. How will you dedicate your actions towards Krishna?
By always remembering Lord.
How will we remember Lord? They're all sitting and doing, running around here, there. Somebody is doing coding, somebody is like talking to people, negotiating. How will we remember God?
Consciousness.
No, but consciousness is the symptom of the soul.
Offering the
Our
results
consciousness
of the
is
work.
material right now.
Offering the results of the work to the Lord.
Okay. That's for the little bit not so dedicated. That's like karma yoga. I mean, okay, that's fine. We can do that. We should do that. There is no other. I mean, we should do that. That I've been telling. Anyway, Grihasthas can't run away from this. Grihasthas have to give part of their Lakshmi to Krishna. Right? Otherwise, we are really big thieves. Now we are talking about small thieves. Yeah.
By not getting attached to the
We can't just
work.
see. We have to understand this. Okay, so anybody wants to give an example of something that you are attached to materially? Any example?
Money.
Paneer. Okay, so for example, if I tell Prabhu saying that Prabhu, stop eating paneer from today, can you do that? No, I'm not telling Prabhu whether Prabhu can do that or not. Anybody. If you're attached to something, the reason you are saying I'm attached to this is because you're not detached. So just by saying don't be attached is not going to help. Correct? See, Bhagavad Gita, Bhakti is all very, very practical. You have to think, how will I do uninterrupted service when I'm engaged in work?
Keeping Krishna center.
Are Baba, how do you do that? Please don't give theoretical answers. How do I keep Krishna in the center? You are sitting and doing coding. You are having a meeting with your client. How do you keep Krishna in the center? You
Sometimes
have to tell me some things that that everybody can practice. Yeah.
we are reading Prabhupada books. Very powerful.
Prabhu, you've been reading Prabhupada's books, no?
Yeah.
Please again, I mean, you've been doing all these things. All of us have been doing all these things. This is why we require to go deep into Krishna consciousness, thinking about all these things. Just we have been hearing this ahituki apratihata, but have we thought, how will I do ahituki apratihata bhakti? Or did we think saying that, okay, no, till I've come to vanaprastha, anyway, this is my state. So I can't do uninterrupted service. That's another way of thinking, right? Because when I come to vanaprastha, then I'll do 24-hour service. Right now, no, I can't do uninterrupted service, which means that I am not doing pure devotion. Is it? Okay, so I've told this multiple times, I'm telling it again, is by taking up something big in Krishna consciousness to such an extent that your consciousness is consumed by it. But still, because you have to work, somehow you will continue to work. This is called multitasking. In the multitasking, what happens is by default, the most important thing is always being processed by us. And the most important thing should be something connected with Prabhupada's mission. And then, okay, suddenly we are pulled into some, okay, we have to do some coding. Okay, that is going on. But in the background, this consciousness is running. Oh, okay, I have to do this. I have to, I have this responsibility. I have to take care of 5 devotees. When do I call them? What to do? How, this person has this problem. That person has this. This is the way we are going to do uninterrupted service. And of course, then we offer the results to Krishna. And when we are in this mood, we will not work for sense gratification. We'll work for maintenance. That is also bhakti. That is also pure bhakti. Right? But if we don't work in this mood, we will not be materially satisfied because we won't be spiritually satisfied. Only if we are spiritually satisfied will we also become materially satisfied. Is this okay?
Yes. Yeah.
So what should we do? How will we get satisfaction? I want somebody to tie the whole thing, whatever I said now. Put everything together and tell me an answer. How will I become satisfied in life?
Prabhu, I think as you said, right, you have to take up more services, like engage more in book distribution, preaching activities,
No,
temple
I didn't say that.
services.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that. What did I say?
Um,
Please note the words that I use are very important. What did I say?
Uninterrupted and continuous.
What is the solution?
Along with the work we do, we should also focus on how we can improve our Krishna consciousness.
No, I didn't say that. Why are you all hearing something else? I've told something else. You're all hearing something else.
Vaishnava Seva.
Yeah, I didn't say that at all.
We have to take something big.
I said you have to take something big in Srila Prabhupada's mission and become absorbed in that consciousness. Only when we do that, we will end up doing uninterrupted service. And of course, we have to have unmotivated. If we are doing bhakti for some motivations, then anyway, we are not going to get satisfaction. Please understand this. Why should we not do bhakti with any motivation? Because it's not going to satisfy us. Because Atma is going to get satisfied only when you do uninterrupted and unmotivated. Unmotivated is the entry point, as in basic requirement. Unmotivated. Okay, I am not doing anything for my personal requirement. I'm doing just for the pleasure of Krishna. This, if it is not there, then you will never get satisfaction in life. So the first requirement is that I should not do bhakti with any motivation. Be it some material desires, be it, for this person, for that person, for somebody else, or for la puja pratishtha. No, that is all motivated devotion, and that's not going to give us real satisfaction of the soul. So that is a prerequisite. That is a basic requirement that at least I expect those devotees who are coming for this morning session to develop this, not having motivations while doing bhakti, because that's what our acharyas want us to do. Okay, so that's the first prerequisite. That is the mandatory. Second thing is uninterrupted. So those who are also unmotivated might not be able to do uninterrupted because their work is interrupting, their material duties are interrupting. So for such devotees, we have to take up something big in Krishna consciousness. Not our own sadhana. Our own sadhana is anyway needs to be done. Suppose say somebody takes up something big in Krishna consciousness, as part of that trying to do whatever that big thing, sadhana is included. Because if you don't do good sadhana, then anyway we are not going to be able to do anything in Krishna consciousness. And then we've taken up something we are not able to do, then we are praying to Krishna. Krishna, please help me, please guide me. I'm stuck here. What should I do? Absorption. Absorption will automatically improve our sadhana. Will also give us that consciousness, which will then remain pretty much uninterrupted, because either it's in the foreground or in the background. Meaning, as soon as I get some time, free time, immediately that consciousness comes to the foreground. Oh, no, see, I have to do this. I have 50 books to distribute this week. How do I do? What should I do? Who all should I catch hold of? So that is running. And okay, some work came, some meeting came. Okay, that will go to the background. But as soon as I get little bit, my mind frees up, again it comes to the foreground. So that becomes uninterrupted. And in this mode, like I said, devotee doesn't work for his sense gratification. He works just for because this is my duty. So I'll just work to take care of my duty. And then he also offers the results to Krishna. So like this, one can actually achieve what is called as satisfaction. And only once when one is satisfied, then he can talk about these other qualities developing, like tolerance, being gentle, non-envious. Why can't we remain gentle otherwise? Because we are not satisfied with some situation. It irritates us, and then we express our dissatisfaction. That is not being gentle. And by doing that, somebody might shout, somebody might cry, somebody might do something else, whatever it is. And non-envious, obviously, if we are satisfied, then why do we envy anybody? Is this clear?
Prabhuji, there is a question like what you said in regard to that, like even if you don't take something big, even if you are doing your sadhana, then also sometimes when you're working, you have in your mind that I'll finish this work and do my reading now. And
Yeah,
for
but
example, and
that is also fine, but it won't. I mean, it's not powerful enough. It's not powerful enough, because I've seen devotees who are reading, and when their work schedules get very tough, then reading goes to a background. See, even with reading, note this point. Absorption is the key, right? Either you're absorbed in Shastra or you're absorbed in doing something for Krishna, something big for Prabhupada. It requires to absorb you, whatever it is. But best is Prabhupada's movement because you will get multiple benefits because of that. We get Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy also, additional. When you engage in Prabhupada's movement mission, which is, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mission, you will get double benefit, which means that you will make more progress, faster progress.
Yes, Prabhuji. Got it. Thank you.
See, it's like many a times Prabhupada for the same question used to give different answers. It's like that. Sometimes some things are more important, in some other times some other things are more important, right? For somebody who is not reading, doing even basic reading, I'll tell, okay, your first priority become absorbed in your reading. But we have all crossed those stages, right? We have discussed all those things. Now next level. Yeah, Vamshi Prabhu.
Prabhu, can we also say, I mean, sometimes you keep telling that put yourself in a most uncomfortable situation. Try to take
No,
more
no,
than
no,
what you
not
can.
uncomfortable situation.
No,
Put
I
yourself
mean,
out of your comfort zone.
yes.
Not in the, not say it's two
Sorry.
different things,
Yes, yes, yes.
right?
Yes,
Outside your comfort zone doesn't mean that to the extreme discomfort.
Hmm.
We can't do
Okay.
that immediately, right? First is go out of the comfort zone and at least get into a little bit of discomfort. Then you can take up high levels of discomfort when you becomes used to it. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah,
Prabhuji,
that could be one of the things what I was just
No,
thinking.
that is taking up something big. No, only when you take something big, you will go out of your comfort zone. It's all built in.
Yeah.
Okay, Chiranjeev Prabhu.
Prabhuji, if in the case of setting the goal, something big or
Hmm.
huge in the service of Krishna and Guru, so this during that time should we actually decide ourselves or should we
No, you should not decide yourself. Good question. You should not decide yourself. Like I keep saying, every devotee has to have a devotee under whom we are doing bhakti. We should go to the devotee and ask, what can I do in the service of Guru and Krishna? Or if we are we are in touch with the Guru, then we can write to our Guru and ask for direction. But if we write to Guru, we should also have the determination or willpower to actually do it. Otherwise, it will become Guru Ravagya and we will further go down in our bhakti. And some devotees are very, very enthusiastic to go and talk to Guru, ask directions, instructions. But we should have the same enthusiasm to also follow what Guru is saying. Otherwise, it will result in Guru Ravagya. And that's Nama Aparad, and then we are not going to make progress. Is that okay? Chiranjeev Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhuji, I got the thank you, thank you,
Okay,
Prabhuji.
anything else? See, like I've been telling to few of our devotees here, saying that you're all very fortunate. Because when I was in so many years in devotion, many of you are 4 or 5 years in devotion, right? Roughly. I didn't I didn't have any opportunity to actually take something big. Or in the sense, I didn't have that environment. Opportunity is always there, but the environment was not there for me to take something big. Right. And I can also say I was an idiot, so I didn't take it up. Right. So, but for all of you, you're all associated with one center or the other in terms of preaching, and these centers require so much of commitment, dedication to actually, it's not easy to run a center. Somehow by Krishna's mercy, it's all going on by all your contributions, but you can take it to the next level. All of us know what are our key problems that we are dealing with in our centers. Different centers have different challenges. Right now, you can take those up. You can say, okay, Prabhu, I want to work on this. So I keep saying, right, in all our centers, mainly we should have two streams. One is preaching, the other is book distribution. Both these have to go on. Apart from whatever, Sunday programs, Saturday programs, whatever it is. Right? So this is clearly direction. Now, if you make this your absorption, your personal goal, and put some targets to it. Because otherwise, we will just be like material life. Material life will pull us. It's not even your fault. That's how material life is. And time will just go. So take something up, right? At least who are directly connected with our centers, please, you can discuss with me if you want. And I have enough and more problem statements to go after. You can take it up and absorb yourself. Mm. Others, if you don't have anything, you still don't have any, you're not associated with any center, you don't have anybody to guide, then you have to first fix it. First, at least have somebody who can mentor you. Mentoring is the wrong word, but anyway, like at least whom you have to surrender and seek guidance, instructions. If you are initiated, of course, you can go to your guru. That's not possible. Again, same thing. You have to have. Yeah, somehow, again, like I keep saying, no, we have this bad habit of wanting to remain independent. This is very, very bad habit. This is not going to help us make progress, right? We will be there. We'll be floating. It's not that we will sink. We will float. In Bhavasagara. Other non-devotees are sinking. Devotees can float, but that's also very painful. Just imagine floating in water which are just throwing you up and down. Not much, not not going to give us much happiness. But when we become this absorbed in Krishna consciousness, then we will raise above this Bhavasagar. Then we will raise above. Then we'll come to the transcendental platform. That okay? Everybody clear in your mind? Answer. What if the Shiksha Guru is in different city? How does it matter? How does it matter? I mean, nowadays you can communicate, you can be in touch with whoever is instructing you, you can be contact over phone, you can meet once in a while, meet that person. Where there is a will, there is a way. Okay. Anything else? Okay. Read the purport. Bharat Maharaj was a great devotee, but he did not attain success in one life. This is very sad. Now, something that should worry us. We are not still come to this a great devotee stage. We are still struggling to be a devotee. Forget about great. Now, great devotee like Bharat Maharaj only did not attain success in one life. Should that make us hopeless? No. It should make us more determined. Bhagavad Gita, it is said that a devotee who does not fulfill his devotional duties in one life is given the chance to be born in a fully qualified Brahmana family or a Kshatriya, rich Kshatriya or Vaishya family. Suchinam Shrimatam Gehe Yogo Brashto Vijayate. Bharat Maharaj was the firstborn son of Maharaj Rishabha in a rich Kshatriya family. But due to his willful negligence, like we have discussed, please don't do willful negligence of your spiritual duties. Not doing chanting every day, not reading every day, not attending temple center programs every week at least. Huh? So if you have willful negligence of spiritual duties and excessive attachment to material things, then you are gone. Then that is Bharat Maharaj. Bharat Maharaj developed excessive attachment to something material and willfully neglected his spiritual duties. So he fell down. He was obliged to take birth as a son of a deer. However, due to his strong position as a devotee before the fall down, the strong position was before fall down. Because Krishna has said, Name Bhakta Pranashyati, my devotee will not fall down. Meaning might temporarily fall down, but he will not permanently fall down. My devotee means sincere devotee, pure devotee, who is wanting to achieve perfection. So, Lord gifted him with the remembrance of his past life. And like we discussed, being repentant, he remained in a solitary forest and always thought of Krishna. Then he was given the chance to take birth in a very good Brahmana family. So he got already one facility, one opportunity in a rich Kshatriya family. That didn't help. And somehow he fell. So he is getting now in a good Brahmana family, he is getting a birth. Hmm. Due to his being especially gifted with the Lord's mercy, so fortunate. This is just purely Lord's mercy, and Lord's mercy, we cannot demand Lord's mercy, isn't it? When we ask this question saying that, do we all want mercy? What do we say? We say yes. But what is the qualification for one to get the mercy of the Lord? What is what will Krishna look for in a devotee?
Like sincere and serious.
Yes, very good.
Devotion.
Sincerity and seriousness. Right? So if there is sincerity and seriousness in a devotee, the Lord will oblige and give mercy. Because somebody who is sincere and serious is trying hard, but they're struggling, they're not able to get anywhere. They pray to Krishna for help. And Krishna will say, okay, this devotee has a good attitude, he's trying, his anarthas are coming in his way. Okay, I'll give him some mercy. So devotees will become especially gifted. And Bharat Maharaj was especially gifted because he was a great devotee. So due to that gift, which was the Lord's mercy, he could remember the incidents of his past life. Although he received the body of a Brahmana, he was still very much afraid of his relatives and friends who are not devotees. So this is very important. Be afraid of material things. Be afraid of material people. He was very cautious of such association because he feared that he would again fall down. Now, tell me this. It's not that Bharat Maharaj fell because of bad association, isn't it? What was his problem?
Attachment.
Lack of good association. He did not have the association of devotees. Not having association of devotees is as good as having bad association. Because mind will act weirdly at any point in time. So now he feared it. So he made sure that he's, of course, as a deer, he was in that ashram. So there were maybe devotees around there living, etc., etc. But he definitely avoided material association, meaning those association of those jivas who are material, because he feared that he would again fall down. Now, what would that kind of association be in the life of a deer? For example, some very materially oriented master who will give it all the comforts and give it whatever it's required, and then it is just happy, satisfied. You might forget everything. So he wanted to avoid everything. He wanted to be always cautious, always conscious, saying that I've fallen down once. Now, come what may, I'm not going to fall down again. Actually, this might be true for all of us, actually, because it's not like this is our first life in bhakti, mostly. At least those, at least, at least those who are ready to get hammered this way, going through Prabhupada's purports, definitely means that this is not our first life in bhakti. We've gone through this. So we somehow, somewhere in our heart, we feel this is required for me. Because maybe I didn't get this, or I didn't do enough of this in my last life, and maybe I couldn't complete. So maybe let's get hammered by Prabhupada's statements and maybe complete our mission. So we have to be very cautious now about being casual about our bhakti, about being okay. Once in a while I will go out with my devotees, with my relatives. Once in a while I'll go to my, I see a lot of Matajis going back to their mothers or whatever, right? House. And yeah, if it is devotee association there, then it's okay. But otherwise, please understand that you are materially attached and you are going there and it will contaminate you. So be cautious, be afraid of these things. Okay, it's not that we have to completely avoid people, but do only as much as required, as much as it's not going to affect your consciousness. Only do that much. Consequently, he manifested himself before the public eye as a madman, dull, blind, and deaf, so that others would not try to talk to him. So, in the body of a Brahmana, sorry, this was in the body of the Brahmana. In the body of the Brahmana, he was very much afraid of his relatives who were not devotees. He was very cautious. So, he manifested himself as a madman so that nobody will try to talk to him. In this way, he saved himself from bad association. Within, he was always thinking of the lotus feet of the Lord and chanting the Lord's glories, which save one from the bondage of fruitive action. In this way, he saved himself from the onslaught of non-devotee association. Every living entity is bound by different activities due to association with modes of nature. As stated in Bhagavad Gita, Karanam Guna Sangosya Sadasat Yoni Janmashu. This is due to his association with that material nature. Thus, he meets with good and evil among various species. We get different types of bodies according to our karma. Karmana Deva Netrena. This is called karma bandha, being bound by in the material body. To get out of this karma bandha, one must engage himself in devotional service. Then one will not be affected by the modes of nature. But this is not simply engage. How? Mam chayo abhyabhicharena bhakti yogena sevate sagunan samatitetan brahmabhoyaya kalpate. Abhyabhicharena bhakti yogena. Meaning uninterrupted, pure devotional service. Full devotional service, Prabhupada says. Full. Not part. And he does not fall down in any circumstance. Here, fall down means does not give up his spiritual duties. One who engages in full devotional service, not unfailing in all circumstances, meaning apratihata, uninterrupted. He at once transcends the modes and comes to the level of Brahman. To remain immune from the material qualities, one must engage himself in devotional service. Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu. That is the perfection of life. When Maharaja Bharata took birth as a Brahmana, he was not very interested in the duties of a Brahmana. He was not interested in the duties of a Brahmana. He remained a pure Vaishnava, always thinking of the lotus feet of the Lord. As advised in Bhagavad Gita, Manmana Bhavat Bhakto Madhyaji Mam Namaskuru. This is the only process by which one can be saved from the danger of repeated birth and death. So irrespective of what we are doing, whether we are at home, whether we are working, if we are in Grihastha ashram, then we should only somehow try to remember Krishna. And like I said, the only very powerful way for us is to become mission oriented. This is the only process by which one can be saved from danger of repeated birth and death. Okay, I'll stop here. Anybody has any questions, comments? Yeah, anything? Okay, we'll close here. Grantharaj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Vancha Kalpatarubhishta Kripa Sindhubhya Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.